Okay, so I am updating on my last crafting video because I've discovered a few useful abilities to use while crafting. Bit of a game changer, I guess, but anyway, Alright, let's get started. I'll just recover what I did in the last video. So, right, so what we started off with was with Reflect. Then, depending on the situation, if it procs, decide which one's good for you. In this case, it would be Intensive Synthesis. If there was no proc there, we would have gone with Manipulation. Now get 5 durability back for 8 steps, so you get 40 durability back. Then we go Great Strides. And follow with either Synthesis, depending on the level of item you're crafting. And now this is where things get a bit different. So instead of what I would do is like about 2 synthesis, and then I would use a standard touch. But instead, this time I'm going to use Observe. I never actually made use of this before, but now I realize how useful it is. So what this does is, this can make you avoid, take a step without consuming a durability. So say if you want better chances of proccing, you can always use Observe, and it has 2 other uses, saying boost either one of these abilities to have a 100% success rate. So in this case we still have Great Strides in effect, so we would finish off using Focus Touch. This will give you 150 efficiency, which is 25 more than Standard Touch, and it also costs less even if you combine the use of Observe. How much, you ask? You do math. Right, so we just repeat this process of using Great Strides. If it procs Precise Touch and you got Great Strides, use this for the best effect, especially if you've got Excellent Condition. And this is the other ability that I've made a really good use of lately, is this one, Brigot's Blessing? Brigot's Blessing? Biggest Blessing? Yeah, let's go Biggest Blessing. Anyway, so this ability is quite useful, although if, say, it doesn't complete your quality 100%, you'll actually have consumed all your inner quiet, because what this does is, so it's 100% plus 20% for each bonus to control granted by inner quiet. So say, initial inner quiet is 100% on, so I guess with 5 stacks you would add another 100%, so and inner quiet stacks up to 11. So the higher amount you got is like the better returns this have. So it's kind of like a last desperate measure, if you will. And so alternatively, this is good as well, using Observe with Focus Synthesis. So this one costs 7, but you only get 150, and then this one give you 200% in progress, but only useful if you got Observe on it, because it's a bit risky at 50%. And then there's these 2 abilities at the end. So increases efficiency of synthesis actions by 50% for the next 4 steps, and this one for touch. So as you can imagine, I guess that would have made that 250%. Although I haven't really found much of a use for it, because to make use of all 4 steps is, a bit of a stretch. And so, when it comes to this, it's like finish off with whatever's necessary. So Intensive Synthesis. I mean, obviously these are your really go-to abilities whenever you get a chance to use them. They'll give you a good jump start. And I'll just synthesize a few more just so the rotation really just gets in there. So Reflect. Right, no props. We go with Manipulation. Great Strides. I try to get a bit of progress up there by using careful synthesis. Right, nothing going on. We use Observe. We try and jump ourselves ahead. But given that if you do proc and the choice is between Precise Touch or Focus Touch, you really want to go for Precise Touch still. So this does cost the same, but the difference is, when it procs for Precise Touch, you get 2 stacks of Inner Quiet as opposed to 1 for every other touch ability. At least, to what I've noticed. From what I can tell, it doesn't actually put that down on the description properly, I guess. I mean, I guess I can't really say it really, but it's implied. Okay, so we want to use intensive because without great strides, it's best to go with intensive synthesis unless it's a lower level recipe, in which case you're going to want to use precise touch even, you know, without great strides on. You know, just to get that. So pretty much the higher progress, the way I see it is that you know, there's some like silver lining in case, you know, you're running out of durability and, you know, you're like pretty close to finishing the quality. And that, yep, you're losing my train of thought. Right, so we observe again. No, there we go. And once you hit like around 6 stacks plus and you're around like 80%, using Bigot's Blessing is actually going to top the rest off for you for the most part. It also stacks with great strides, and I think when you get good condition, and possibly, what's the other one? Excellent. So to finish this off, we go with Observe again and finish with Focus Synthesis. There, easy, and with a fair amount of durability left. So I'll just do one more just to finish this off. Manipulation, great strides. I'll just keep repeating this in like a broken record. No, oh, got a little proc. So finish with that. Great strides again. Right. Careful synthesis. Right, no proc. Go observe. Oh, pretty lucky with this one. Don't normally get that much proc, so there we go. Pretty easy. It's definitely my new favourite way of doing things. And there we go. I have, well, since the changes, I've rarely found the need to actually use tricks of the trade so far. I found that I've been able to successfully manage my CP while using manipulation to deal with the return, so you know, that's still there if you're really struggling to maintain CP control. Because, you know, for say you want to do this at a high grade quality, even with you know, one of the other materials at high quality, it's still a bit of a stretch. In fact, I'll actually do one of those. Actually, I'll do one now, so get an idea. Hopefully I don't mess up. What's this? Oh, right, of course you need the right hammer. Well, guess that's not happening. Okay, so, hope this is useful. And away we go.